Hey guys, Terry here. I had a really good question get asked from a friend of mine, and I thought I would talk about it today. And then, as promised in my video from yesterday, I said, let's go over making cards with ephemera. So, let's start with the question. I thought it was a really good question. Someone said, what envelopes do you use for sending cards out? So I'll have a link to Amazon, but you basically are looking for a standard size. This is called an A2 size card, and the reason they call it A2 is if you take a piece of 8.5 by 11, and this is called Neenah, which is spelled Neenah. It's just a brand of paper. So this paper is 8.5 by 11, so it's a standard size card. A standard size, piece of paper. All of our notebooks and stuff are this size. So if you take this and cut it in half, now I like to cut it in half lengthwise, just to be unique. But your paper is 8.5 wide, so half of that is 4 1/4. So just cut this in half, and then I like to score it. You could also just fold it in half, but if you score it, you just get a better line. So it's 11 inches this wide, so if you cut that in half, it is 5.5, and you just use a score pal or something to make that go in half. I like this one. It's a nice little one. I have the big one. When We Are Memory Keepers makes this little one. But once you fold that, make that crease on there, and then you can just smush this. Smush, that's the technical term. So that helps it stay flat. So back to my point about the envelopes. If you cut that in half, it fits in size an A2 size envelope. So this is 4 1/4 by 5.5. I'm looking at my little cheat sheet because that's half of that 8.5 by 11 piece. It fits perfectly inside the envelope. So you want to just look for an envelope that is 4 3/8 by 5 3/4, but it is a standard A2 size, and it never says A2 on here. Yeah, I don't know, but look for that size, 4 3/4, 4 3/8 by 5 3/4. So basically you just want to know that your card that's 5.5 by 4 1/4, the envelope is just a little bit bigger than that. Okay, and like I said, on my website I'll have links to that. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about, now these cards here, you can see this is a little bit smaller. This came in a pack of cards and envelopes, I think from Stamping Up. And so it's just a little bit smaller card. If you had to mail it, it would fit inside this envelope. I don't think there's envelope police that would get on you. You can also make envelopes. There's a way to know, I think it's on the back of this. Yeah, I think to make envelopes. So this card here is, this must be a standard size too, but I don't know what so this is 3.5 by 5. I don't know how that folds on I don't know how that is computed from you can see that there's a little bit of waste here, so I don't know who came up with this one. But that, so let's see, we said 3.5 by 5. I don't even see it on here. But anyways, there are envelope makers that make this be, so you would basically fold, because you could see what this if you look at the shape of an envelope, let's pull this apart here. It does start out as a big square piece of paper. Well, I guess it's not square, it's rectangular. So, I mean, you could figure out the dimensions for making an envelope that would fit the card. You know what I mean? So there are envelope makers that tell you, depending on the size card you start out with, what size paper and then how to fold it. So maybe I'll try to research that and find out how to do that. But back to making cards with ephemera. So, oh, I should mention too, when I make the cards and cut them that way, they don't have to stand like this. Although I do a lot of times like to make it portrait. The card could also open like this. So, whether you cut the piece of paper in half, I could have cut the piece of paper in half this way and then folded it like, what do they call this? This is a hot dog. It could have been a bun and folded it that way. So, lots of options there. Okay, finally to what I wanted to show you. So these are cards that I made a few weekends ago. And what I did was I started with, this is called ephemera. So it's just little pieces where they're already cut out, they're already colored. These are pea pods from Jelly Bean Soup. And they're very colorful. And they have different themes. This one's all about colors. This one's about the home. This one is about, I guess, just a variety pack. It's got houses and flowers and just really pretty sayings. So I find these very inspirational to make cards out of. So I'll just show you some samples. So this one, I forget what pack this one was. I'll have to find that too. But these are just little shapes, and I popped it up. You can see the alligator is popped up there, and then I popped this one up. So I just tried to put enough pieces on here that made it kind of colorful. This one's flowers, and again the sayings are so pretty. You'll notice this one is cut down a little bit because once I placed everything on there, I didn't like how much white space was on the top, so I just lobbed it off. I mean, if you put this, attach it to a gift or give somebody a card, you know, there's no size police out there. So this one I cut to that size. This one was cut a little bit too. I just found that after I started gluing stuff on and decorating, I wanted it to be in proportion. So I guess that's my advice is, you know, pick out something that you like, something that's inspirational, place it on there, and then just start layering. You know, this one I didn't pop anything up. I just thought the colors were cute. I kind of used the repetitive blue there. This one I had the candles on and it was kind of plain, and I thought, oh, let me do something with the presents. And I could have popped them up. I didn't. I think it's cute. This one was cute too. Kind of a rainbow of the donuts. So cute. Had those on there and I thought, oh, let me put some words on there, and I color coordinated. There's no wrong way to do it. This one's fun. There was a lot of letters in this one. Yeah, I think that was from this one. Oh, no. I'll have to find the pack this was out of. It was very colorful. This one I think is out of this one, yeah. There's the wreath there. So there's the wreath, and I decided to put something in the middle of it. This one, you know, there's so many sayings these days that are so appropriate. This one says, you make my soul happy, and this one says, let's weather it together. So again, I tried to, I mean, the packs come with very color-coordinated colors, so you can't go wrong. And Jelly Bean's not the only company that makes these packs. There's many different ones, and after I open these boxes up, let's see. A lot of times I'll just put it in a plastic bag and store the things together. This one's for puppy dogs. I use them for scrapbooking too. But yeah, here's one that came from Echo Park. They usually show on the back of the packaging what all's inside it. And the colors all coordinate, so putting them all together, they have such cute sayings on them. Here's some more that I made. Again, just all in the name of putting down some stuff. I kind of lay it out on the card before I glue it all down. And I think the thing is layers. I mean, this would have been cute with just the can and the flowers, but it was just neat to add another little coordinating, contrasting color. So this pale wouldn't have looked the same on the white, so it looked really cute there on the blue. There's another one. You know, if you buy packs of things that you just find appealing, when you start gluing them down on the cards, you know, here's another one. Just the colors coordinated. Popped this up. Popped up the one heart. Just show you a few more. Thought this one was cute. Pucker up. Happy. Just cute. That one's pretty. Brought the blue out with the blue and the yellow. It says a friend is someone who makes it easy to believe in yourself. So who wouldn't like just getting one of these little note cards in the mail? Just a little message that says hello, thinking of you. And just, this one I kind of started with the wreath and then started layering and then added a little more. Thought this one was cute. So this is that one I showed you with the little city. Oops, this one. It's got the little row of houses and the bike. It says enjoy the ride. And that one, just kept it simple. I liked the word always blessed, and then just a little something on it. Like I said, you can't go wrong with them. But yeah, have some, you know, feel creative. I did find that the little card was a little bit more easy to decorate than the bigger one. That's why I also don't do a 5x7 card. That's a lot to put on a 5x7. So I think this is a good size and, you know, easy to use, easy to decorate, and you can buy standard size envelopes that fit it. So that's all I have for today. Hope everyone's staying safe. Subscribe if you haven't already so we can stay in touch. And I will have links to these products on my website. Thanks, guys.